thank you so much for joining. As always, all you need is a mat and yourself. You don't need any other equipment. If you don't have a mat, grab yourself a towel, something that'll just be comfortable between your body and the floor. So with all that, once you're all set and good to go, we'll start out with a couple big cleansing breaths. And again. Hands to the opposite knee and rotate. And what I like to mention is that as we're going along, you're going to modify up or down based on how that particular thing is going. Take another deep breath. Over to the other side. So some stuff's going to be really easy. You're going to be able to do a lot of reps of it. Other stuff is going to make more sense to scale back and to take breaks. And only you know, because you can feel it in your body. Come on back into the side. Switch legs in front. Again, a couple big breaths. And again. So as we're going along, listen to your body. We want to focus on things like alignment and quality of movement, not necessarily quantity. So we're not going for speed. We're going for in control of it and working muscles versus straining them. Take another deep breath down here. We're going to roll it on up to sitting. I'm going to start with just a little bit of arm movement. Reach up the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breath and movement together. Just bring them together in tandem. One more. We're going to make it more exciting. Inhale up. Exhale. One arm comes down. Bring it on back up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Pull both. Inhale up. Pull one arm down. Bring it on back up. And both. Bring it on up. One side. Both. One side. And both. We're going to go with that pattern for just a little bit. One more time, each side. And both. So now I'm going to take this up to standing. Ooh, standing. Now you get to see a different part of the room. Ooh. Ooh. So I'm going to come up to standing. I can do this on the mat. I can do this on the floor. Whatever I feel like doing, whatever you prefer. I'm going to turn the knees and toes out. And when I say out, I mean out laterally, not just to the corners. So I may not be able to go super far with that, depending on what my hips are feeling today. But I want to point it that way. Shoulders are back, straight from the top of the head up to the sky. There's a weight on the tailbone that pulls it straight down. So when I go down for this, it's a plie, not a squat. My knees are going to go out to the sides. My tailbone tucks under. So I'm thinking piece of bread in a toaster. It's not a standard squat. Knees go out to the sides, and I want to make sure my feet are wide enough that when I come down, my knees aren't outside the ankles. Again, straight from the top of the head up to the sky, keeping my upper body upright. Tailbone is tucked under. Imagine there's a weight just dangling from the tailbone. So I'm going up and down without forward and backward. And I'm going to listen to my body, and I don't have to go super low with this. That's not the point. I'm trying to just really be in control of this and balance and stay in this one bit of motion here. 3, 2, and I'm going to hold it down there. Take a deep breath, squeezing the butt cheeks, shoulders are back, just hang it out. Knees and toes turn down, make sure they're nice and wide. Again, you can do this on the mat if you're having difficulty with traction on the floor. Take another breath here. Reach it up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Oh, how's your butt now? 3, 2, one more time. And come on up. If you want to shake it out, 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 shake it out. And then we're going to reset. So again, knees and toes are going to go out. And not just to the corners, but out to the sides. Piece of bread in the toaster. And go down. Really squeeze, 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 squeeze the butt. And as long as you can keep your arms up, keep them up. If they get exhausted, you can always bring them here. Knees go out to the sides, not forward. So So think really narrow hallway. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing the butt. We're gonna do a lot of butt and arms today, just giving you a heads up. 3, 2, lower down and hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the butt. Tuck the tailbone under. Just as lifted, string from the top of your head up to the sky. Staying strong here. Reach it up to the sky. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Come more like this. One more time. We're adding to it. Inhale up. Exhale, one arm comes down. Inhale up. Exhale, both. Inhale up. Exhale, one arm comes down. Inhale up. Exhale, both. It's the same thing we were doing earlier. Yes, correct. One more each side. One more. And relax. Shake it out, 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 shake it out. All right, we're going back down into that one more time. So we're going knees and toes, turn out to the sides. So the heels are towards the center. Chest lifted, tailbone tucked under. Going down. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing the butt. Squeeze the butt. Tucking the tailbone under. String from the top of the head up to the sky. Piece of bread in a toaster. I'm not going to touch either side. Making sure my feet are nice and wide so when I come down, my knees are over the ankles, not outside. 3, 2, 1. Lower down and hold. Tuck the tailbone under, shoulders are back. Big deep breath here. Reach up to sky. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You're going to notice they're going to start inching up towards standing as you do this, unless you're actively paying attention. Here we go. One arm comes down, back up, and both. Other arm comes down, and both. Stay down, nice and low. You're going to start inching up if you're not paying attention. Yeah, legs. One more to each side. And both. And bring it up. Shake it out, 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 shake it out. Nice big fuzzy breath. One more time. The next bit, more butt, more legs. So we're going to soften the knees, and I'm tightening the core so my back is verging towards flat. If you can get it all the way down here, great. So belly is tight, knees directly above the ankles. Bringing the arms out to the sides. My knees are both bent, but one of them I'm going to bend more, bring the foot up to the butt. Take a deep breath, find my balance here, and then I'm going to lift and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Nice. So as I'm doing this, if my balance is being tricky, I want to find something to look at that's not moving. And I want to make sure that I'm using the whole foot that's on the ground. Big toe, little toe, heel, evenly distributing that work. Now, if you're doing this and you're like, oh, I got this, girl. This is easy. You can straighten out the leg. That is an option. That is not mandatory, that's an option. We're trying to keep that flat back, but keeping the belly tight. And this should be a lot of work for this butt cheek that's still on the ground. 3, 2, we're gonna make it more exciting. And hold. Whether that knee is bent or the leg is straight, we're holding it. The one on the ground, bent. That knee is bent, the one that's on the ground. Big deep breath here. One more time. And relax. Big cleansing breath. One more time. Again, softening the knees, pushing the butt back. Core is tight. So from the side, I'm trying to get a nice flat back. You may be more like this today. Whatever. Make sure the knees are bent, core is tight. Trying to flatten out that back. Both knees are bent, and then I'm going to bend one to bring the foot up to the butt. finding my center is here, feeling nice and stable, so I can add, add a lift and a lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Again, I want to keep this knee bent, the one that's on the ground, so that I don't lock my leg. And this is my muscles job, not my joints. And lifting it up to the side, think like Bugatti door. If you're like, this is easy, then you can straighten out that leg. If it's not, no stress. It's already plenty difficult. Using big toe, little toe, heel to evenly distribute that work across the foot that's still on the ground. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3, 2. This one we're going to hold. Lift and hold. Whether it's bent or straight, whoo, you might find one side is a lot easier than the other. Take another deep breath here. And relax. Big cleansing breath. One more time. All right, we're going to shift gears. So we're done with the standing stuff. We can move it on down to the mats. I'm going to scooch you down. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Yeah. Whew. How your butt's doing? Let's do a little bit of core stuff. Roll it on back down. Knees come to the chest. Oh, it's my favorite word. It's where we just roll around aimlessly. You want to turn into a happy baby, bring your heels up to the sky. Oh, it's so good. Keep rolling. I gotta tilt the screen so you can see it. Yay. Keep rocking around. A couple more deep breaths. Just being a panda on the floor. Whee. And relax. So we're going to go through all that core tightening before we even add anything to it, before we do our Pilates 100. So these muscles tighten to flatten the back against the ground. There's no space between my back and the mat anymore because if you tighten this, you squeeze the butt cheeks, bringing the legs up to tabletop. This is already working. I'm already engaging this nice and tight. And then I'm going to lift up into spinal flexion. My head lifts up, my shoulders lift up, but I'm not straining my neck. I'm not doing any more work than I would be doing if I were just sitting upright. So I'm going to leave enough space between my chin and my chest for a tennis ball. So I often will try to come up using one hand here and one hand here just to find that position. Arms are at my sides. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Filling up the ribcage there. Exhaling it out. I'm still keeping all this stuff tight, doing all this work, and now I'm going to add tricep beats. For 5 beats, breathe in. For 5 beats, breathe out. Filling up the ribcage there. Exhaling out. My shoulders are staying lifted, but I'm also paying attention to my neck. My neck shouldn't hurt. If it does, I might want to just chill out and then come back in spinal flexion, try to find it again. Middle back flat, toes are pointed, and then if I'm going to add to it, legs can straighten out and rotate out. And the feet will join at the heel for the Pilates 100 with the mermaid tail. For 5 arm beats, breathe in. For 5 arm beats, breathe out. If I've got the legs straight and turned out, I can also lower them as well if I want to make this more challenging. Depends on how it's going today. 2 more deep breaths. And one more time. And bring the knees back into the chest. Again, I'm going to go through that checklist. Middle back flattens against the ground. The floor is tight. I'm going to bring my legs tabletop. Squeeze the butt cheeks, tightening the pelvic floor. And then I'm going to lift up the shoulder blades again, lifting them up without straining the neck. Hands next to the knees. This is my beautiful starting position. I'm going to remember exactly what it looks like. Drop the hands, legs go straight up. Come back to where it just was. So knees are in the same spot. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Knees aren't going to get any closer or further to the chest. They stay just directly above the hips. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Shoulders lifted, really precise. 3, 2, one more time. And relax, bring the knees into the chest. All right, elbows and knees all come together into the center. Crunch into a tiny little ball. Elbows and knees all together. Shoulder blades lifted, middle back flat against the ground. My spine is connected to the ground. I'm kind of like a turtle flipped over on its shell. That's kind of the vibe. Open up into a star. Crunch back into that tiny little ball. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. So as I'm doing this, the shoulders stay lifted. I'm not lifting and lowering the shoulders. They just stay up. And I'm going to listen to the hips, as always, to make sure that I am keeping this in a range that my hips like. They will pop if they don't like it. If they pop, I want to go maybe higher, maybe not as wide. They'll let me know. And I can try out different angles and figure it out. Inhale, open, exhale, crunch. And again, if I'm feeling neck pain, I can always chill out and then come back into flexion. Inhale, open, exhale, crunch. Three more. One more time. Beautiful. We're going to roll it on up to sitting. Pull the shoulders back away from the ears. Switching gears. Probably want to roll the mat up a little bit. This is just for your knees comfort. It's not for anything else. It's just because floors are often hard. That's all. We're going to come down to this quadruped position, and I'm going to do a quick test. Rights, lefts. Just a quick review. Just making sure we're all on the same page with that. So we're here in our quadruped, and I'm going to take it down to my right forearm. So I've done my right forearm and my left hand. I'm not going to put the weight forward into this hand. The work's being done back here. And then I'm going to take my left knee behind the right one. And then lift it up to the side towards my armpit. It's going to come back behind the other knee. And then up to the side towards my armpit. Back behind. And lift up to the side. As I'm doing this, my body will try to lean to the right because it's a lot less work, or to put all this pressure on my left wrist. But instead, I'm going to try to really activate my core and use my right butt cheek to stay stable. Depending on how this is going, you may just want to stay with this. If you're ready to add to it, we're going to bring that knee out to the side. Extend, retract, and back behind. Up, out, back in, and down. And see how it's actually going to the side, not behind me. I'm taking it to the side, to the left. Exhale on that roundhouse kick. Inhale and return. 3 more. Whether you're doing the kick or just bringing your knee to the side, we're going to do one more after this. And then we're going to hold it. So the knee comes behind and lift to the side. You can hold here, you can extend, and hold it there. Take a deep breath. Try to keep that back nice and flat. This is my core's job. This is my butt's job. My arms are helping, but not my wrists. Take another deep breath. And relax. Coming back into your child pose. Separate the knees, butt comes back. Deep breath here. Take another deep breath. And we're going to shift it forward. Again, starting in the quadruped. Rights, lefts, just double checking. We're going to take it down to the left forearm. So I have the left forearm and the right hand. But it's not my right hand's problem. It's just where I'm connecting to the ground. This is really my core that's doing this work. I don't even need that hand. We're going to take the right knee behind the left one and lift it up to the side towards the armpit. Back behind and up towards the armpit. So if I face you this way, maybe that's easier. Need the camera to do it. I'm bringing it up to the side and back behind. Up to the side and back behind. And this is work for my core, this is work for my butt. My wrist shouldn't hurt at all because it's not my hand's job to hold me steady. It's just there to help in the job that is ultimately being done back in the core. Depending on how this is going, you may want to keep it to just this knee. If you are ready to add to it, we're going to take that knee behind, lift to the side, extend, retract, and back behind. It becomes 4 parts. Up, out, in, and down. And I'm really going for the side of me, not just kicking behind me. This is my left butt cheek's job. Even though it's the right leg that's moving, my left butt cheek should be feeling this. We're going to do 3 more of whichever level you're doing. Now we're going to hold it, and you'll be able to hold it with either that knee bent or leg straight. So again, we're going to bring it up and hold it, and you can pick between the 2. And what makes the most sense right now, take deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And one more time. And relax. Separate the knees, push the mud back from the feet. How y'all doing? Yeah, butt stuff. Butt stuff. Butt stuff. You want some more butt stuff? I know I do. All right. We're going to shift it forward. And once again, find ourselves in that quadruped position. So here, I want to really, again, think about my core and my butt are doing this work. It's not my hands. My hands are just there to help me. If my wrists start hurting, I can always take it to a fist or to fingertips, because those are forms of neutral wrist. And if I have like an existing wrist injury, I want to do that. So I'm chilling here with a flat back. I'm not going to let my belly relax right now. I'm going to keep it nice and stable. And I'm going to extend one leg straight back and draw a circle behind me. So I'm drawing that circle on the wall behind me. I'm going to set a timer for us so we do this equally between the 2 sides. So if somebody had to understand what a circle was, you'd be able to tell them by drawing it behind you. In 5 seconds, we're going to switch directions on the circle. And switch. So clockwise versus counterclockwise. Again, reminding my core to stay tight because this is my core and this is my butt. It's not my wrist job. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, flex the foot, extend and point. Bend and flex, extend and point. Knee's going to stay at roughly the same height the whole time. I'm just adding that extension. And when I flex the foot, I get a stretch to the back of the legs. And when I point the toe, I get a stretch to the front of the leg. Notice if you start leaning to one side or the other, we're trying to keep that back flat. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and lift, 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 lift. Trying to stop the ceiling. Not letting the knee come all the way back down. It's just going to go from up to higher. Balance between left side. I want to keep both of my arms straight. So if one of them is bending, come back into the center. It's the last thing I'm going to do on this leg, and then we'll switch to the other side. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Separate the knees, push the butt back. Take another deep breath here. We're going to shift it forward. So again, I'm in my nice square quadruped, but I'm not pressing into the wrist. This is work being done back here. I'm going to think about that and stay balanced between the 2 sides. Other leg is going to go straight back. And I'm going to start drawing that circle. It's coming all the way from the core, all the way from the hips, so I'm not bending the knee on that leg. Toes pointed. Using the whole hand, making sure that I'm not hurting my wrist. And switch directions. You might notice one side is harder than the other, or easier than the other, however you want to think about it. Try to keep back flat because the core is engaged. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, flex the foot. Extend and point. Bend and flex. Extend and point. You can just look down at the mat if that's comfortable for your neck. The knee is going to stay at a steady height. Don't let it droop down towards the ground just yet. Knee staying up nice and high. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend that knee, flex the foot, and lift, lift, lift. Last one on this side. So I'm going to keep that knee lifted high, foot flexed. We're going to stomp in the ceiling. Yeah. Yeah, buds. Both arms are straight, back is flat, core is engaged. Have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to take it down onto our backs. Let's start by bringing the right foot on the left thigh pulls into the chest. It's a deep stretch, and with every exhale, I'm going to feel able to pull in just a little bit deeper. And the more I pull it in, the more I'm going to feel it stretching the outside of the right hip. Take another big breath here. I'm going to extend the left leg straight up, so my legs are in a figure 4. Put the hands behind the head and lift the chin towards the sky. And lift, and lift, and lift. And I'm keeping my legs in that figure 4, unless I need to bend it, in which case I go ahead and do that. I'm bringing the chin towards the sky, not forward towards the leg, but up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to lift the shoulder blades up and keep them up. And then I'm going to take this figure 4 and slowly lower it just a little bit, and then slowly bring it back up. I don't have to go super low with this. I'm going to exhale to lower the whole situation. Inhale to bring it back up. And again, my shoulders stay up the whole time. Again, this is that thing where my middle back is flat against the ground. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to switch legs. Left foot on the right thigh. Pull it in for a stretch and just chill out. You can relax your head back. And with every exhale, feel yourself able to pull deeper into the stretch. Take another deep breath here. We're going to extend that right leg straight up. So now we got our figure 4, hands behind the head. Bring the chin towards the ceiling. Not forward, but up. Lifting the shoulders up to bring the chin towards the ceiling. Again, if you don't want to keep it in figure 4, you can bring that leg down. I'm not convinced it's actually any easier, but you can do it. 10 more seconds. And then I'm going to lift the shoulders up and I'm going to keep them up. I'm going to lower those legs down just a little bit and slowly bring them back up. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic or big. Just going to keep my shoulders up and my middle back flat. I'm going to keep that belly in charge of this motion. Everything is powered from the core. Everything we do is powered from the core. Even when it's arms and legs, it's all coming from the center. 3, 2, one more time. And relax. Roll it on up. We gotta switch to arms because I told you that was happening. So I'm coming back down here to the end of my mats. And I'm coming back to where I got some padding for my knees. I'm gonna shift the weight forward. Straight line from the head through the hips to the knees. So this is a modified plank. As opposed to being back here where we were in the quadruped, or being down here where it's a stretch, I'm gonna squeeze my butt cheeks and drop my heart. There's a soft, empty space between the shoulder blades. But I'm using my core and really squeezing my butt to be here in this position. We're gonna take another deep breath here. I'm gonna dial the elbows in. So they're gonna be right next to my rib cage. Then bend the elbows to lower down, and then straighten the arms to come back up. Same thing again. I'm in my quadruped, dial the elbows in, bend the elbows, and come back up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to raise back up. I'm going at my pace, but I'm going to keep that plank pose. 2 more. 1 more time. And then push it back, separate the knees. I'm going to take one arm, thread it underneath, come down to the shoulder to stretch out. And bring that arm forward. Same thing on the other side. Thread it underneath, come down onto your shoulder to stretch out. Take another big breath. And then we're going to shift it forward. We're coming back to that modified plank again. So the same thing that we did before, you could do that again. That's still on the table. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, what I'm going to do is dial the elbows in. We're going to lower down to halfway. 3, 2, 1, and then press up. Keeping the elbows tucked in, lower down to hover. 3, 2, 1, and press up. Lowering down to hover. 3, 2, 1, and press up. Keep those elbows right next to your ribcage. And again, this is an option. You could just be doing the regular tricep push-up. That's not like that's easy. This is just a modification to make it harder. 3, 2, 1, and back up. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more time, holding that modified plank. And we're pushing it back to the child's pose. Now I'm going to take my right hand forward into the right, left hand on top of it. Stretch out the shoulder in a different direction. Another deep breath. Bring it on back into the center. Same thing other side. Left hand forward to the left, right hand on top of it. And another breath. And we're shifting forward again. One more fun thing that we're gonna do here. So I'm coming to my modified plank, squeezing my butt in nice straight lines. This is my core doing this work. I'm gonna go down for one of those tricep push-ups. And then I'm gonna rotate, reach one arm up to the sky. Bring that hand back down, squeeze into that modified plank. Tricep push-up down. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Bringing that hand back down, and I'm really going to take a moment for the modified plank. Tricep push-up, and reaching up to the sky. And again. When I take it to that side plank, making sure that I'm using the whole hand. So again, always taking care of our wrists. We want our fingertips as involved as anything else. And one more time. And relax, pushing it back to the child's pose. How are we doing? Take another deep breath up here. Bring it forward to a cat. We're gonna press into the shins. Round the spine, exhale. Inhale, release. Press into the shins, round the spine, blow all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, release. Two more. One more time. We're gonna roll through the cat, roll it up. And open the chest. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Take one more deep breath. And release. All right, we're going into our last thing that we're gonna do before I stretch you out is gonna be sort of a combination of some of the things that we're already doing. We're taking it forward into that modified like plank here, but I'm gonna bring a little bit more motion to it. I'm gonna bring my knees to my chest, lower my head, extend one leg straight back. Now here's the really clutch thing. Check out where my hips go. I'm gonna bend the elbows to lower down and come back up. Same thing. Knees come into the chest, head lowers down. Extend the leg back, lift the head. Watch my hips as I come down and forward. I'm not just bending the elbows. So it's not just burp back here. It is knee to the chest. Extend, it's like cat and cow, and then forward. Four more on this side. And back. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, forward. Inhale up. One more on this side. Back up. And we're coming on to the other side. So again, reset your hands, make sure your fingertips are above. In fact, you can do this whole thing from the fingertips. We're gonna bring the elbow, we're gonna bring the knee towards the chest, lower the head. Extend the leg, arching the back. We're gonna go down to a push-up and come back. In Junction Fitness, we do this whole thing from the fingertips. Rounding the back like a cat, lifting out into cow, forward and down into our push-up, and back up. So my hips come forward with me on that push-up. Hips come forward. Crunch it in. Extend it back. Going forward and down. Four more. Three more. And one more time. And relax. We're gonna roll it up through that cat. Open up the chest. Tricep stretches. You can go over the top, come under the knee, You know, we're making up new words. Take a deep breath here. And release, other side. We're gonna triceps from either this direction or from this direction. Whatever gets you a better stretch. Take another deep breath here. And release. Come on, back down. Reach up to the sky. One arm's gonna stay up, one arm goes down. And switch. Reaching forward and around the back. And open the chest. All right, I need water. One leg straight. One second. Reach up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Fold to the foot. Projecting the heart forward. Flexing the foot. Take another deep breath. And we're going to come on back up. Switch sides. One foot in, one leg extended. Lift it up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Fold it. One more breath. Bring it on back up. Take both legs out. Reach it up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Fold it forward. One more deep breath. Coming as far forward as you can. Bring it on back up. for our final cleansing breath. Breathing in gratitude. Once again in celebration. And thank you so much for joining me. Again, this class is Monday through Saturday. We do boot camp at noon, Pilates at 12:45. They're different every single time. I'm doing my best to record them, and for the most part, I've been able to do so. So if there was a class that you already paid for in your video, let me know. If you want the weekly math, it is $25 for unlimited for a whole week. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Again, I'm also doing dance classes with Philly Dance Fitness. So you can live stream a dance boot camp with me. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. And let me know if there's anything that you request or that would make this better for you.